Welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to show you a player who has been playing FM since he was, well, 9 years old, how I would set up a save in Football Manager 26. Now, there are caveats. This is going to be on console. You can still do the same things on PC, but there's certain things we can't do on console, which you can do on PC. So, first things first, we're going to go into advanced setup. Nice and easy. When you're setting up your save, I'm going to show you the ultimate beginner save setup. And I'm going to explain why that works really, really well as we're going through the countries. Okay, so just bear with me here. Now, the ultimate beginner save setup is based on the 5 factors. One, you're probably looking at taking a big top 5 league club over. You're probably talking your Man Uniteds, your Liverpools, your Real Madrids, your Inter Milans. You're trying to feel your way through. But at the same time, you will have all the tiers underneath that. So, for example, in England, there's 7. So, what you do is you go into your country, as you're aware, and we're going to choose England. Okay, now, you're going to choose all the way down to tier 7. So, I put in England with all tiers down to tier 6. And we've got 16,000 players alone just on those 6 tiers for England. If I was to do just the Premier League only, that would give you 7,000 players. So 9,000 players are added because you add the additional 6 tiers in, which is massive. I'm not going to add in African leagues at this moment in time. I'm going to leave these as optional and I'll explain why now. For your core game, you still need France, Germany, Italy and Spain. Those are your top 5 leagues. With France, we're going to make sure we got all the way to National 2. Which moves up to 30,000. German League, the third league, the Zweiliga, I suppose it's called. Italian Serie C. And we're going to go down to the 4th tier of Spain. That gives you 45,000 players just in those 5 alone, okay? And what we're going to do, if we take the women's football out, okay, so that gives you 41,000 players. So that's roughly across the 5 nations, 8,000 players per nation. Now, here's where it gets a bit more complicated. If this is your beginner setup and this is the leagues you want to start in, perfectly fine. What I would then suggest is you pick some South American teams for the Wonder Kids, you pick an Asian team for the Wonder Kids, and then you decide whether or not you want more Europeans or you want African and North American. And I don't think there's a problem with this because this is your starter save. This is probably a free season save. You're not getting too far in depth. So you want to have Holland and Portugal with Argentina and Brazil. So this is now saying, oh, it's going to be efficient, which, you know, is 50,000 players. Now, it's up to you. Now, I would choose, in particular, the Japanese leagues over any other ones, and that's purely because of the quality of the Japanese leagues. So I'm going to choose Japan, scroll down, I'm going to have to take the women's league. This is the worst thing about having the women's leagues in console, is you have to make a choice. You do have to make a choice, and it's not fair that you have to make that choice. You know, in all honesty, there must be a reason behind it, but having, I don't know, the 3rd tier of Japan must be the same as the 1st tier of the women's league. There's got to be a reason why console doesn't let you have it. But if we load this database up, we will say at the moment in time, if you're starting off, original is fine. Original means all the transfers take place. I would argue if you wanted to, real world would be a bit more realistic. And if you want to have it a bit more up-to-date, if you wanted a bit more up-to-date and more realistic, I would disallow first transfer window activity, so everyone starts on the same foot, you get given the same team, and you gradually do it for immersion purposes. You don't have to, but it's up to you. So where was I? Okay, so you could have the first transfer window activity done, but I think if you're new to the game, you want to get used to transfers, so that's not a problem. Or I would not enable player attribute masking when you're getting used to what the attributes look like. It's a very, very good way of doing it if you want to be more immersive, but at the moment in time, take it off, get to learn the game. So I am going to do original. Now, with game start, I've seen there's debate about this. It depends how you want to be. If you want to just play the games, I would argue go late to the season. If you want to do, I don't know, see what clubs are unemployed at a certain point, you could do that as well. But we're just going to do the basic here. So we're going to start this up, and I'm going to call this the beginner save setup, okay? And it will work for 95% of the saves you probably want to do. So once you're happy with that, we're going to just go and set it up. Now, a couple of tips from preferences, because I was going to do this in another video, and I might still do it in another video. Save at the moment in time with all the crashes, I would argue after matches until the save crashes have fixed. I would have it on a free file rolling save rather than individual single saves, and I would have it. Now, this is key. It's up to you whether or not you want this. Look at this. These things aren't working on the books. Okay. Text scale. If you're playing it first time, you want to have it on larger settings. Transition speed, you want the fastest, and we'll cover things like player attributes in another video. I'll put the link to it when it comes live on here. Once you're happy with all this, we're going to go load the database. We've got 51,000 players. We've got 10 nations, but we've got 32 leagues. 32 leagues is a pretty big database. Now, there's a few things I want to discuss with you about what things you may want to consider. You might want to take a top tier team. That's perfectly fine. You may want to go Park to Prem. You may want to go from the lower leagues up to the Premier League. That's okay. You can do it with this. Although I will show you that setting in another save setup, so that helps advance you, because you can't change the leagues once you've actually set them up. So this is the basic welcome to FM save setup. Now, once this is set up, you could do this for any time. Just save it as ultimate save setup, and then every time you want to start a new save, you just do that. Nice and easy, really simple. And this is how I do it. When I'm looking to do a quick save or get into a save, I will set it up like this and just load that game up and just go and take a clip. And we'll just a random team if you wanted to, or what I would prefer to do at this point is go unemployed, choose your manager, but here you want to go to managerial vacancies. Now, you can pick any of these teams at the moment in time in Brazil, Spain. Let's sort this out by country, shall we? This is broken a little bit. The filter system doesn't work on here. So you could be Oviedo, Kings Lynn, Eastbourne Borough, Dorking, Alfreton, Hartlepool United, Aldershot, Zaragoza, Numancia, Tom in Brazil. I don't know which one that is. RFC in Brazil, 3rd Division. You can be in a couple of 3rd Division teams in Brazil, for example, quite easily. You can be in Serie B of Empoli or Magdeburg in Bundesliga of Zwei, Castellón in the Segunda in Spain, and Gimnasia in Argentina. Or you could be Ajax or Mönchengladbach in the top tier teams. Plenty of opportunity for you there to go off, choose a club, like you would here, and you would apply. Now, you're not going to apply. What you're going to do is go to your profile and you're going to go to actions. Now, it's up to you. You can do one or two things. You can either apply for any job and see if you can get a job, or, like I said, you can go for one of those unemployed jobs, or you can go on holiday for a couple of weeks and then see, okay, if I took a job now, who's unemployed now, and start that. Whichever way you do it is perfectly fine. What you want to then do, though, is go into your career. If you're taking over a club, just retire the manager, because then you will be able to do it. So to retire, you go actions, retire. Yeah. And then say I want to take over Ajax or Empoli or anyone like that. All you got to do is go to the relevant league and go, right, oh, there you go, Ajax. Yep, I'm happy with that. Boom. Confirm, start game, and that's that done. And that's it. So hopefully you've now got an idea of how to set up a basic file of what leagues are best to choose when you're brand new to the game. We're going to do loads of these because I think it's really important to express that you can have many different types of saves if you get the file set up right in the first case. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video and found this helpful, please like, comment and subscribe. Tell people what you do when you set up a save. What's your go-to leagues to play? Until next time, thanks for watching. Why not check out one of these other helpful videos we've got, and I'll catch you again soon. Bye-bye.